Okay, let's get into it. Welcome. Today we are going to be doing I gotta skip these ads. I'm watching the chat over here, so I apologize if my voice goes quiet. I am going to keep up with the chat, so if you want to post any comments or questions, please do, and I'll do my best to keep checking in and reading them. Welcome, Melanie and Lee. So lovely to have you here. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you got to catch a live. Yay! Oh, welcome back, Em. So we're going to be looking at Cancer's love predictions for the month ahead in this live streamed reading. We're focusing on mid-October to mid-November, and this is specifically for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cancer signs. But you're welcome to cross-watch if that's what you're doing. Just be aware that I'm a very honest reader. So if you are cross-watching, you might hear or see something that you do not like, and you have been warned. Let's get into it. I'm going to start by pulling 3 oracle cards from this oracle deck to tell us the 3 main themes that Cancer can expect to experience in the month ahead. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Let's get into it. What can Cancer expect for the month ahead, please, Spirit, when it comes to love? What is going on for Cancer in love? Ooh, okay, we're going to keep shuffling. We'll take you. We have Stellium reversed. Oh, okay. What else can you tell us about Cancer's love life? We also have Cardinal reversed. Cancer, those are your strengths. Why are they reversed? That's interesting. One more card. What else can you tell us about Cancer's love life? We have Jupiter. Okay, and masculine. Masculine's going to come out with it apparently. So Jupiter and masculine is your 3rd theme. At the back of the deck, we have the 8th house reversed. Oh my days. I'm going to be honest with you, because I always am anyway. I feel like in the month ahead, you're repeating a cycle that you've already been through. You're going through it again, and you are feeling a little frustrated by the fact that you have to do it again. But I think that the reason why it's happening is because it is slightly different. It feels very challenging for you because emotionally you're having to kind of let somebody else step up and take control, and I don't think you like that. I think you like to feel like the one that's in control in of your romantic sort of love life, and it feels like you're having to let somebody else do it, and you're leaving the ball in their court. It doesn't really feel like an ultimatum, but with Stellium here it could be. We can't rule that out. Stellium feelings, when they're reversed, it can really feel like an ultimatum of pressure. And I think that the pressure isn't on you. I think you're putting pressure on somebody else. And I do think with all of this energy that we're seeing, you're having to give control to somebody else, and you're hoping that that surrendering pays off. That's what it feels like, especially with the 8th house reversed. I almost feel like you're very worried about giving away too much of your power. And I could see that for some of you, you're doing this as a way of getting back power after you felt like somebody had really kind of taken too much from you. I could also see how this is somebody who, for some of you, you're in a situationship with, someone who it just hasn't been going forward. The connections hit a really sort of stagnant period, and you're hoping that this is the change that can help it get into the growth that you're hoping, and this is the change that you're hoping will transform the connection into the level that you're hoping, going from one thing to another. But I do think that there is a period here where you're feeling like you're in the dark and you don't have control. So let's have a look at the Stellium theme first, shall we? Oh, thank you so much, Em. I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad, Melanie. Thank you. Let's have a look at what Stellium has in store for you. What is this Stellium energy for Scorpio, please, Spirit? Excuse me? You know what? Let me cleanse this air really quickly. We got to get Scorpio out of here. We are talking about Cancer. Why is Scorpio here still? Granted, a lot of us did just come from that reading, but let's refresh this energy, please, and help us focus and stay focused on Cancer. What is happening for Cancer in love, please, Spirit, in the month ahead? What is happening This is crazy. My Palo Santo is not lighting. There we go. I found it. What is happening for Cancer in the month ahead? It's very hesitant to burn today. I mean, there is a crazy wind with this fan, but that's a bit ridiculous. There we go. Let's stay focused on Cancer and get Scorpio out of the air. What is happening in love for Cancer with this Stellium energy reversed? Ooh, okay. We have the Two of Swords reversed. Oops. Okay, we have the High Priestess reversed. What is this Stellium energy about for Cancer? I was about to say Scorpio again, you're joking. The Wheel of Fortune. At the back of the deck is the Eight of Swords. Let me get a quick drink of water. Because my mouth is like, I got a lot of saliva, but it feels dry. I don't know. What kind of medical condition is that? But anyway, so with Stellium reversed, I am definitely picking up on this vibe of you feeling very out of control and yet also pressured, because you're picking up on this energy of like things have got to change, but it's not in my hands. And it feels very, I want to say heavy, but at the very least, it feels challenging. It feels like something that you're trying to distract yourself from. You're trying to think about other things. You're trying to do other things. You're trying to just wait for the right time. And you're hoping with the Wheel of Fortune that the right time will happen when it's ready. And in the month ahead, I do see that window opening. I see the right time coming into fruition in the month ahead. But I also think that in the lead up, there is nervousness, anxiousness, and there is also this feeling of I'm really not in control in this situation. And that's why I think we have this High Priestess energy here reversed. Because you're very much feeling like you know you gotta wait, but you don't want to wait. And it's frustrating. And what if you're wrong? And then you doubt yourself in the waiting. So what are they waiting for, Spirit? What is the Stellium energy about? What are they waiting for? What is Cancer waiting for? Okay, this is weird. We have the World card reversed. Okay, more waiting. What are they waiting for? You're waiting for somebody else to take accountability. That's what this feels like. You're like, it's not my karma. It's not my lesson. It's not my responsibility. So what do they need to do? What are they waiting for here, Spirit? The Ten of Pentacles. You are waiting for someone to either make themselves more committed, or you're waiting for someone to be more sure about what they want long term. For some of you, this is a partner already in your life, and you just need them to choose what color to paint the house and which builder to go ahead with for the renovations. It might be as simple as that, but it's stressing you out because it's an overbearing issue that has been paused for a while. And then for others of you, it's more about your future and you feeling more certain about where things are going long term. You feel like you're waiting for someone to make their long-term intentions clearer. That's what this feels like. And I mean, you're not the only water sign. Scorpio had a similar vibe in one of their themes. We have the Eight of Pentacles as well. And at the back of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like you're waiting for someone to take responsibility and to step up and kind of fulfill their role in your love life. It feels like you've done everything that you can. You're just waiting for them either to give you their answer, or you're waiting for them to do the right thing and take action in the right way. It does feel like this involves long term. And I think with the Eight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles at the back of the deck, you are in a feeling of being stuck and helpless and like, what else can I do? Trying to distract yourself. And I can't help but feel with the Five of Pentacles, like you're even kind of getting into this mentality of like, if it doesn't work out, like this is what I'm going to do. This is like, you have a backup option. I think that you're having to tell yourself you have a backup option. I know Stellium's energy pretty well, but I think there is still a message for you in the guidebook. So let me just check what page that would be on, Spirit. It's in the other one, isn't it? It is. Okay, 283. In shadow, that's what we need to look at. In shadow, what is the Stellium card? Oh, I just went past. Okay, in shadow, the Stellium can show us an overvaluation of one unique area of life, represented by the crowded house in our natal charts. Planets may lose their unique definition if they are all merged in a multiple conjunction in a stellium. Differentiating and focusing may be difficult. So it's hard for you to think about anything else with this energy going on. It's hard for you to genuinely focus on anything else. All your energy seems to be really pulled on what isn't going according to plan, and how other people's lack of accountability is causing delays in your grand plan, your grand scheme. So what is the advice for Cancer with this theme? What is the advice? Oh, okay, that was quick. We have the Messenger reversed, number 14. What is the advice for Cancer with the Stellium energy? We also have 39. You can't find goodness because you lost your heart. Is that 19, not 14? I think it is. So the 19th of, well, technically the 19th of October could be significant. What is the advice here? We have stay back. Stay back, reverse, and then we have death of the deceitful upright. Okay, so your advice, oh my days, a lot of it seems to have to do with the information that you're getting and the information that you're choosing to focus on, with the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords being here. I definitely feel like your advice is don't shoot the messenger. So in the case of, I think that other people may try to help you out here by giving you advice and just trying to kind of comfort you and be there for you. And I think that they may mean well, but it could be very triggering for you. So don't shoot the messenger. Don't kind of unnecessarily involve people, but also if you have involved them, don't get angry at them for being involved and giving you advice that you've technically solicited. Because I could see how in this situation your frustration could impact more than just the person you're frustrated at. I also think with the messenger reversed, we're getting this information of get your facts straight. Like this message of get your facts straight. So try not to ruminate and speculate over things that you don't know and over the would've, could've, should'ves. I think that you need to give space in this situation for whatever is meant to happen with that Wheel of Fortune upright to happen, even if it means you relinquishing control. I think you've really just got to let it happen as it is meant to happen. And with this, you can't find goodness because you lost your heart card. There is a strong feeling of trying to focus on what is helpful. And that doesn't mean you trying to pretend to be happy and positive all the time. But at some point, you've got to recognize that if in the month ahead, you're only focusing on what isn't going right, then your perception is literally just fixated on exactly what isn't going right. At some point, you've got to be able to tell yourself, well, maybe I'm making the situation a little bit worse because I'm only focused on everything that's going wrong and everything that's falling apart. I do think that your biggest advice is that card. Your perception and perspective is everything. And if that means giving yourself space with this stay back card, putting up boundaries so that you have time to just go through your feelings and emotions without feeling guilty for hurting somebody else or by bringing the mood down in a social situation, give yourself space to do that. Give yourself space to feel and to feel validated about how you feel, and then to kind of get back into a space that is helpful for what it is that you want in this situation. Death of the Deceitful is interesting though, because this card is indicating that someone isn't being honest with themselves about the situation. And I think that for some of you, it is you. I think that in the situation, we have to be very honest with what is happening, and we have to be very aware of what is in our control and what isn't. And we have to do our best to look at the situation as everyone is doing exactly what they are meant to do, even if it doesn't feel like it's following our plan and our expectations. And that's a difficult message to convey, but it is liberating, because it means that if somebody isn't doing what you expected them to do, then you've got to accept that as the truth and realign your expectations with something that is more realistic of who their character is and of what you deserve as well. So let's keep moving forward, Cancer. I'm going to quickly check the chat. Oh, welcome, Noah. No, so lovely to have you here. Let's keep going. We'll have a look at our second theme. We've got the cardinal energy. And I'm not going to lie to you, I was a little bit worried about this because you are a cardinal sign. For that card to be reversed, it does make me wonder if you're feeling like things are very much either you're needing to readjust the way you would usually do things, or again, that message of something being out of your control, out of your realm. Let's get tarot out here. We don't want to speculate. What is this cardinal energy about for Cancer? What is this cardinal energy about for Cancer? In the month ahead, we have the Ace of Wands reversed. Okay, that's frustrating, isn't it? A false start or cancelled plans, something not going the way that we had expected it to. The Page of Cups, okay. And the Page of Pentacles. We're clarifying straight away. We got Strength at the back of the deck. What the heck are you doing with these two pages? Interesting. Clarify that Ace of Wands. What is this cardinal reversed energy? We have the Seven of Cups. Clarify the Page of Cups. Oh. We have the Knight of Cups. Ooh. Okay, come through, love offer. What about this Page of Pentacles? Oh my days. You know what? Just give me one card. What is this Page of Pentacles? Thank you. We have the King of Cups. So many cups. Ooh. At the back of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords. So I'm going to have to talk about you as if you're in different groups, okay? So we're going to talk about our singles first. For people who are single and who you had a crush or a love interest earlier this year, but it didn't work out, I definitely feel like you're going to have another opportunity to kind of get to know somebody and to work on a romantic connection with them in the month ahead. But it feels like you're still haunted by your past experience and how that didn't work out. I also think that some of you are very confused about how to progress something from friendship or infatuation into a romance. I think if you're a single Cancer, there's somebody here who is being very friendly with you, flirting with you, but you're trying to figure out, well, how do I make this go forward? Like, how do I turn this into more of a romantic connection? You could meet them in a situation where it feels like it's a compromise. They could be a colleague or a friend of a friend, and you're just trying to consider the pros and cons of dating someone who knows your friends or dating someone who you work with. It almost feels like you're trying to figure out, like, oh, is this going to work out? Should I just do it and have some fun? I think you're going to go ahead with it. If you're a single Cancer, I genuinely see you getting to know someone here, but just going in with minimal expectations of what it would look like in the future. Especially with the Page of Pentacles and the King of Cups reversed, I could almost see how you're trying to date somebody while you still have feelings for someone else if you're a single Cancer. Now, for those who are in a situationship with someone, there's a scenario here in which you had hoped that things would be further along with them than you are currently. And I think that with the Ace of Wands reversed, you letting go of the situation is also a reflection of you being aware of what else is out there. And I think that in this case, you're not looking for other people, but other people are getting wind of the fact that your love life is on the rocks and they're coming through with offers. And I think that some of you are going to be pursued in the month ahead when it comes to love. Like, I'm seeing these two pages literally like pursuing you. And I do think for the Knight of Cups to be here, one of them is shyer. One of them isn't going to be extroverted and kind of in your face about it. They're going to take more of a friendly approach, a more of a I text you every day approach, or I say hello to you every time I see you approach, because that's me shooting my shot. I'm too shy to ask you out directly. Like, I'm trying to build that confidence and emotional connection with you. They could be another water sign as well. Think Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But they just feel like they're trying to build more of a friendship with you first before they ask you out. And if you resonate with that situation, I can also see another energy here who is just trying to kind of, how do I word this without being rude? Get you. They just want an opportunity with you. And I don't know if it's the fact that they're a bad person. Like, I just think that this person is very much in hookup culture, for lack of a better word. And I think with the Page of Pentacles being here, they're an opportunist. They see a Cancer, well, they see you. Let's not even call you a Cancer. They see you, and they're like, you know what? Give me a shot at that. Like, I'll go. I'll try. And I could see that person being a lot more strategic. I could see them even being more experienced. And I mean, they're showing up as a page, but I think you shouldn't underestimate this person. For the King of Cups reverse to be clarifying them. They are seasoned. They know what they're doing, and their actions are very much in line with their own interests. I don't think they're a bad person, but they're a little bit manipulative, and you've got to watch that. I could see some of you getting very attracted to that person because they come across as very suave. But it does feel like that is what is going to happen for those who are experiencing a weird situationship moment in which other people become aware of the fact that you are nearly single, or you're in a gray area of singleness, and you aren't really looking for love, but love seems to be trying to find you. I do think that the overall theme here is you're trying to kind of do the right thing by your needs, and you're trying to be selfish, but it's hard for you to really do that. It's hard for you to put yourself first, and so you're trying to figure out ways to do it. And through that process is where I think you meet these pages. Your message here feels like you're trying to put an end to a difficult cycle that you're going through with someone, in which they've made you feel confused, they've given you false hope, they've kind of shown you interest and then gone cold. And so you're just trying to stay focused on yourself and building your self-esteem. But through that process, you're meeting these other people, and these other people are becoming interested in you. So let's get some advice here. Yes, it has been so much fun studying Spanish. Listen, my accent, every now and then, because I've tried to learn so many languages, I can hear like a Russian accent coming in, or my Australian accent coming in, or even like my Japanese or like Maori accent coming in. So that's my biggest struggle with learning Espanol, is like trying to keep my accent straight so that I can emphasize the right words. But it's so much fun. It's been so much fun learning. Oh, Bethania, that's amazing. Wow. All right, let's get some advice. What is the advice for Cancer with this Cardinal energy? Oh. We have Pink Bubble Fairy. That's cute. I like that for you. We have Protect Your Heart and What is Hidden Will Be Revealed. Interesting that these cards came out again. They came out for the last reading as well. The back of the deck, we have Cosmic Exploration in the reverse position, and no bull under that. I think as advice, Spirit is saying try not to get too carried away, because I think that over here you're getting a lot of attention, Cancer, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think it's a really good confidence boost for you. It's a really good way of you realizing how much you have to offer and that you are in demand. And even if you don't choose to date any of these people, their attention and their desire to want to pursue you is enough to kind of make you realize, like, damn, I really need to put an end to this situation of unsatisfaction. I really need to stop giving time to people who are just breadcrumbing me and leading me on with false hope. So I do think that the Pink Bubble Fairy here is your advice to really kind of make some sort of, what's the word, like set a wish here. Because my Pink Bubble Fairy card for me, as I read it personally, is like my manifestation card. And it's a bit fantastical in this deck. A Pink Bubble Fairy sounds almost like a made up thing. So I almost feel like your advice in this theme is to try to imagine like the best case scenario and really stay manifesting that. Stay focused on manifesting that best case scenario. I also think with this pink bubble fairy card that there's this idea of really getting your hopes high for the right things, not setting your hopes high for the wrong things who have shown you before that they can't fulfill those hopes. I think that you weren't in the wrong. I think that you should just be more aware of other people's actions and of how they're trying to show you their true nature through their actions, especially with what is hidden will be revealed reverse. That's telling me that you have all the facts you need in this situation to see who is real, to see who is authentic, and to see who may be just trying to lead you on. Protect your heart reversed is encouraging you to not let this change your nature, whether you are a lover at heart, whether you are a little rough around the edges, but you have so much to give. The goal here isn't for you to become callous and cold through somebody else's callous, cold actions. You need to kind of see that that's who they are. And if you don't want to feel that from them, you deserve to have the right types of feelings from a different source. I definitely could see how a lot of you who have been in a situationship or who are struggling to ground something with someone, the month ahead is going to have you thinking outside the box and looking at whether the grass is greener elsewhere. And very quickly, you're going to receive interest in people wanting to make sure your grass is green. So let's keep going, Cancer. I think in the month ahead, you're really trying to keep things neat and tidy. And because literally look at this spread. If you've come from my Scorpio reading, we had cards all over the place. And we're trying to keep everything like in line and in columns and rows. Like this is very different. And you feel like everything is out of control in your love life, but I see you trying to really control things. I see you almost focused on keeping things proper. Like this feels like something that is really important to you, making sure that you have some level of control here. So let's have a look at your last theme now. We're going to have a look at Jupiter and masculine energies. How is this theme playing out in the month ahead for Cancer? How is this Jupiter and masculine theme playing out? We have the Fool reversed. This deck has like 3 full cards too, and only one of them has come out so far, but we'll see. We also have the Tower reversed. And we have the Hanged Man, so all major arcana. At the back of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, let's get ready to clarify, but for now, what I am feeling is happening. Jupiter's energy is very fortunate, but it's in the way of kind of taking advantage of opportunities and being in the moment and kind of moving with the energy presently, staying attached to the present moment, if that makes sense. Not thinking too far ahead, not getting too attached to the past either, and just staying present and watching the situation evolve and moving with that energy. I do think for masculine to be here, I think a major theme for you in the month ahead is that you're just staying, or you're trying to stay focused on what is in your control. And the word for you seems to be control, but in terms of your love life, I genuinely feel like you're the one that's taking charge eventually. And if you can't take action, it's feeling very frustrated. If you can't be the one that's kind of in the shoes of initiating things, it's feeling very frustrating. And in the month ahead, I could see how someone isn't picking up the slack, and it's making you feel like you need to just kind of either think about yourself and not be so attached to them, or you're feeling like you're going to have to be a lot more patient for them as they work out whatever they need to work out in order to come to you. I feel like what's going on here with the Fool reversed, somebody has too much baggage. Somebody is unable to move forward and to meet expectations because they have too much baggage. They've got too much that they need to sort through, that they need to work through, and their energy is feeling very bogged down. With the Tower reverse, this is nothing new. We know this about this person. We also know that they are resistant to change, and that if something happens suddenly, they don't do well. I think that for you, you're having to realize that, like, shit, this isn't going to go the way that I was expecting. And I think that the Tower is reversed because the damage has been done, but we're struggling to kind of put the pieces together in the month ahead. I feel like something is on very unstable ground in the month ahead, and the Hanged Man is saying that you just want to wait to see if the situation will resolve itself. You don't seem to be taking any action except patience, and you're giving a lot of patience in this situation. Please, Spirit, clarify this energy. Is there anything that I've missed here for Cancer? What is this theme about? It could have to do with moving for some of you, for Jupiter to be here, traveling, having to travel unexpectedly. And that feels like it's disrupting a relationship. But I almost feel like some of you are trying to move forward and give yourself a fresh start, but you can't. You're still attached to something else, or you're still feeling bogged down by something else. What is happening here for Cancer with this energy? We have the Page of Swords coming out upright. Is there anything else we can know about this theme, Spirit? What is going on in this theme for Cancer? We have the Magician. More masculine energy. Is there anything else you can tell us? We have Judgment coming out reversed. We also have the Hierophant and the Page of Cups. A lot of cards now. It's not as neat as it was before. We have the Five of Swords at the back of the deck. So I think that what's happening, that theme is very much about being in an unfair situation in which it feels like one person loses and the other person wins. I think that you're feeling called to make decisions about your fortune and pursuing a situation in which you feel very lucky to be in. Like you're saying stuff like, I never thought I could have an opportunity like this. I should do it. I need to do it. But it feels like you're accepting that at the expense of somebody else. And it feels like you are trying your best to make the best out of a situation where someone else is losing. And I think that for some of you, you may even be choosing to physically walk away from a loved one in the month ahead to pursue something else. And I do think for these clarifying cards to be here, the ball is in your court in this theme, where everything else may feel like it's out of your control. The ball is in your court in this theme. You're doing your best to make the right decision. You may have even gotten professional advice on what you should do in this situation. But the goal here is to evolve and grow. You're trying to gain more. You're trying to do the right thing. And I do think that you are also trying to fulfill somebody else's expectations of you. For some of you, this is a parent's expectation or a cultural expectation. But I mean, I see you trying to really make sure that whatever decision you choose to make, it's one where you will have the least regrets making it. Whereas if you chose the other side of this decision, you would have more regrets if you made that. So you're trying to make a decision based upon, what am I going to regret less? And I do think with the pages being here, the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups, you are feeling influenced by other people, or somebody else is influencing the way that you're thinking and feeling about this, which is stirring some of the uncomfortable shifts in this energy. Instead of it being a clean, fresh, blank start, there is baggage. There is a sense of you needing to kind of answer to somebody else, or still being connected to something else. And I also think that a lot of this energy, this desire to kind of expand with Jupiter here, comes from you being curious about what else you can do in this situation. I genuinely think this is, for some of you, your way out of a situation that you felt trapped in. But you're trying not to think like that. You're trying to see it as, well, this is just what I've got to do. But I think there is a bit of a feeling of joy in how this is liberating you. I just think that maybe for some of you, you feel guilty about that joy feeling. With that Knight of Pentacles, this is a theme that is going to take time to work through. It may even be a subconscious theme at times, but the ball is in your court over here. This is very much something that you have the power in. It feels like it's a messy situation that could involve children for some of you. It could involve multiple different people, and you're just trying to do the best thing for you. So what is the advice for Cancer over here with this Jupiter masculine energy? What is the advice for Cancer? Okay. Oops. We have Justice reversed, the number 16. We also have the Heart Eater card, number 13. Oh my gosh. And we have Mysterious Mother. So the 4th of November, the 13th of November, and the 16th of October seem to be significant. At the back of the deck, we have the number 44. Your dreams are closer than you think. I think that eventually you're going to choose to take action based on what it is that you want to do most. That you're going to choose to take action towards something that if you don't do it, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. And you're trying to get advice, you're trying to do the right thing, you're trying to be considerate of other people and of everything else that is involved in the situation. But at the end of the day, you feel only responsible to yourself. And you're the main person that you don't want to let down in this situation. I'm seeing a strong sense of responsibility over here, but I'm also seeing a lot of your advice is to be accountable for you and to remember that the ball is in your court and this is your decision. The Heart Eater is interesting. I do think that you're going to end up being the one that's hurt unless you choose to take that power back over there. Only because you're going to regret how you compromised your own opportunities for somebody else's sense of security. That's what it feels like. It feels like if you do this, they feel insecure. And if you don't do this, you feel regret. With Justice reversed, there is a feeling of someone's going to have to lose in this situation. So just make sure that it's not you. I know that that sounds really terrible to say because I would never wish harm upon anybody, but I think that you're the one who has more to lose than they do in this situation because it's your opportunities that you're compromising to appease their sense of self, their ego, their security, and what they think they need. Whereas you're the one that's having to cut the opportunities out to make sure that they feel safe, if that makes sense. And obviously this is complicated if we're talking about children, but I don't think we are. I think this is somebody else who's being a bit selfish here. So that is what I'm seeing with that theme, Cancer. You have turned into a very interesting, bizarre reading. I hope this was helpful. It may resonate more as the month progresses, but if you found that this didn't resonate 100%, you may have messages in your moon or Venus signs with the love readings, and I recommend you check those out. It has been a pleasure to read for you, Cancer, though. I hope you have a prosperous, abundant, happy, joyful month ahead. Look after your beautiful selves, and I shall connect with you in another video. I'm going to end your stream now, and in the next 10 minutes, I'll get started on Pisces monthly love predictions. So please look after your beautiful selves, and I shall connect with you very, very soon. Bye!